Welcome, y'all.
Hey, Kyrstin.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm so sad that Granny's not here with us. You know it.
Granny's out today.
I think this is going to be our 230th episode.
Oh, yay.
We're getting up there.
I know. It's awesome.
What you drinking?
Like a hydration drink with vodka in it.
Oh, like liquid IV?
Kind of, yeah.
Look, I'm drinking Redneck Riviera and water because my doctor told me I need to drink more water. So somebody told me that you need to not just drink water, but you need something with electrolytes in it so it actually absorbs into your body properly. I don't know the science behind that fucking shit, but so I got some liquid IV and I was just kind of like, meh, this tastes like salty water.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Gatorade or any of those.
Me neither. It has a weird something to it that I don't like.
So what you're drinking doesn't do that?
Did you try this yesterday?
I don't think so.
I think I made you try it. It's watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
It has all the electrolytes and all that. It has caffeine in it, too.
Is it sugar-free?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll take a picture of it when I get home.
Since I have the diabetes.
I know.
Stuff.
You got that diabetes.
The sugar leg. Okay. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Chandler, thank you for camera switching, even though you're a little under the weather. He just smiled. All right. We are going to have a story today that led me down the rabbit hole.
I would imagine by your text, it was very rabbit hole.
And went spooky dooky, spooky time.
I like it.
I love the spooky time shit. We did have some listeners send in some creepy ass stories that they had experienced. Yeah.
Like personal experience?
Personal experience. And they sent them to me and I read them on air.
Oh.
On the pod.
Did you read them beforehand? Or you just were like, I'm just going to read them?
No, I read them beforehand and then, I set them on the show. But like one of them, and I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry, y'all. She said her and her mom and I think her sister were driving down the street in a car and they just saw like half of a body walking down the street.
What?
And none of them said anything. And then one of them.
Because you're like, bro, I'm hallucinating some fucked up shit.
My fucking mushrooms. I took too many. But one of them was like, said something and was like, oh, good. You saw that too?
Oh, God.
I don't know. Yeah.
If there's multiple people seeing it, so it was meant to be seen.
We've talked about this on the show before. I don't know if I've talked to you about it. I can't remember because I talked to so many people about stuff.
Yes.
But I personally am kind of in the middle. I
do.
You do 100%.
100%.
So this is really going to freak you out more than me.
We had some freaky shit at our house with Blaze.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got experience.
Some crazy shit.
I think I'm just maybe not open enough to it because I know you have to kind of be open to it.
You have to be able to see it for sure.
And I kind of make fun of it.
That's okay.
I don't, maybe it's because I'm scared of it. You know what I mean?
I think if and when you do experience it, you're going to shit yourself.
Oh, God.
Because it's
creepy.
It's nerve-wracking.
And it's like, you don't, do you feel like I can't trust myself right now? What am I seeing? What am I hearing?
Right.
Okay. Before we get to the spooky part, I need to tell you some other stuff.
Okay.
This story is all over the place in terms of the years.
Okay.
Like too big of a span.
I took my medicine today, so we'll be good. I'll be able to follow.
I like you better when you don't take your medicine. No, sorry. Shouldn't have said that. So for the pop culture year, I picked 1901.
Okay.
Because that's when this person was born.
Okay.
And I was like, 1901 pop culture. Wasn't a lot to choose from, but I got a few things. Top baby names of 1901. Ooh. These are so predictable. Mary, Helen, Anna, Margaret, and Ruth.
I like Margaret.
Were the girls' names. Yeah. But they're all old-fashioned.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
They all sound very much like they came from overseas.
Right.
Like, the boys, John, William, James, George, and Charles.
There you go.
Like all the names of the royal family right now. Okay. The world's longest burning light bulb was turned on in 1901 at Fire Station number 6 in Livermore, California.
That's cool.
Now, I don't know when this was written because I found it online.
Right.
But at the time, it said it's still burning.
I was just going to ask you that. That's wild.
Must have been made of some shit because the LEDs they use
there ain't
now,
no way.
They're like lifelong bulbs.
They burn out.
15 minutes. And finally, in 1901, this is so crazy. Since Abraham Lincoln's first burial in 1865, his coffin has been moved 17 times.
What?
And opened 6 times. And the last time the coffin was opened, in 1901, it was reported that his face was still recognizable.
What in the world?
That is a long time in the ground.
Why did they open it so many times?
I don't know. That's
weird.
Gross. Bruh. I don't know why they move it 17 times.
They had to let the air out in it or something?
I don't know. Maybe you just can't help it if you're digging up somebody and you got to take a peek. I'm kind of curious, but
to be moved.
I guess. I don't know.
That's weird.
Here's what we're going to talk about today.
All right.
A man named Jake Bird.
Bird.
Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you some serial killers that I know you've probably heard of.
Okay.
Ted Bundy,
Mm-hmm.
John Wayne Gacy,
Mm-hmm.
H.H. Holmes,
Mhm.
which we did an episode on him. This guy is lumped in with those guys.
Really?
As being super bad dude.
Oh.
He did his crimes with either an axe or a hatchet.
Oof.
Yeah. So, Jake Bird was born, and I had never heard of him. And I was like, how can he be lumped in with those guys?
Yeah, how is he this well known and we don't know?
There's not a whole lot on him. Like, I went to a lot of resources for this one.
Is he going to be the lead of the story today?
He is.
Okay.
All the way through.
Okay.
He was born December 14th, 1901 in Louisiana.
Oh, damn. Got a bad boy from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. When he was asked where in Louisiana he was born, he said he couldn't remember.
Okay.
Jake Bird lived in Louisiana until he was 19 years old.
Okay.
After that, he supported himself as a manual laborer and railroad worker, like installing railroad tracks. His work on the railroad kept him moving from place to place. This transient lifestyle allowed Jake Bird to become a career criminal. His extensive criminal record included many counts of burglary, which is the hardest word in the universe
burglars
for me to say, and attempted murder.
Okay.
So he's definitely gone from stealing stuff to killing people.
Well, that's the gateway. Robbery is the gateway drug to murder and
like I said, when he did murder, he used a hatchet or an axe.
That's rough.
I think that's very violent.
Yeah.
I mean,
like he must have enjoyed that to keep doing it that way.
I never read anything, but I would assume so. Even though Bird had committed many crimes before the story I'm about to tell you about, I kind of had to focus on a couple because there was so many. There was a case of a husband and wife named Harold and Mary Stribling. They're both 25 years old, and they have a baby. In the early morning hours of November 20th, 1928, Harold was asleep in bed and was attacked with an axe. Mary was also attacked, and then she began begging the assailant to stop.
Golly.
And Mary told the man, she said, I'll go with you if you just don't attack my family anymore.
Take me. I'm good.
So he did.
Did he?
He took her.
Holy shit.
Yeah. 2 hours later, Mary was found by the police wandering the streets in a daze.
Oh my God. She got out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, holy shit.
The authorities took her home where Harold was found in grave condition. He was transported to the hospital where he lingered near death for several days before beginning to recover.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Holy shit.
Mary described the man who attacked her. Police found someone who matched the description and brought him in to be identified. Mary's like, yup.
That's the motherfucker.
That's the motherfucker. And guess who it was? Mr. Bird.
Mr. Bird is the word.
With Mary as a witness who was able to identify him, the authorities were able to bring Jake Bird to trial.
What about the baby?
The baby's fine.
Okay.
He didn't do anything to the baby.
That was too far. That's crossing the line. Axe murder.
I don't think so. This isn't in my story, but somewhere I read he killed an 8-year-old kid.
Oh,
so
good.
Maybe babies are off limits, but kids aren't.
Damn.
Okay, so for this crime, now it was attempted murder. Remember, he didn't succeed.
Mm-hmm.
He was sentenced to 30 years in prison.
For attempted.
But he served 13.
Okay.
In some of my sources, it said 12.
Okay.
I'm just going to say 13. He served 13 years, then he was paroled.
Okay.
Now,
Did you say these people were in Louisiana?
No.
Where?
These people were in Iowa.
Okay.
And they sent it. Okay. And let me see if I can remember what I was thinking of.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So he was sentenced to 30 years.
Mhm.
He served 13. He was paroled in 1941.
Okay.
I'm assuming there weren't any rehabilitation programs
Probably
in
not.
jail back then. But even if there were, Jake Bird was back to his old
Jumped right into
axe
it.
tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. About 6 years after his parole, October 1947. Remember, this dude went all over the country.
Yes.
So he's not in Iowa anymore by this time.
So there's no limit.
He's right now he's in Tacoma, Washington, but he has like skipped the lights fantastic from Iowa to all the way over there. I'm sure he committed tons of crimes
along the way.
Yeah. October 1947. The police were notified of screams coming from a house.
Okay.
This is not times when 911 was in place. The officers went to the house to investigate.
That's where the guy's like, hey, get off of her. There's no.
No, the neighbors are like, they ride the horse up to the police station. But the officers went to the house to investigate. They saw a man run out the back door.
Okay.
They ran after him. They tackled his ass.
Got his ass.
He pulled a gun on him. I mean, the knife on him.
I was about to say.
The Axeman pulled a gun.
He fucking changed his MO quick.
No, he pulled a knife on him, and he actually slashed both of them.
Oh, shit.
But they got him under control and arrested him, cuffed him up. So inside the house were the bodies of 53-year-old Mrs. Clute and her 17-year-old daughter, Beverly.
What the fuck?
This man had hacked him up.
Golly.
Yeah. So as you've probably guessed, this was Jake Bird.
Right.
Doing this shit. So after they wrestled him down, they took him to the hospital.
Okay.
Which, I mean, they had to beat the shit out of him to get him down.
I'm sure.
But after the hospital, they took him to jail.
Okay.
He confessed to killing these two women.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Mrs. Clute and her daughter, Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter was 17.
Mm-hmm.
He said he did it, but he was there to burgle the house and that there was a burglary that had gone wrong.
I was going to say, it's been like 6 years since he got caught.
He probably got caught in between.
Little stuff.
Well, or maybe they suspected him of doing it and couldn't prove it. Like,
because that was a good while for him not to.
It was. And we learned over the years that these guys, people think they go dormant, but 9 times out of 10, they're just getting away with more stuff.
They're just a little bit more sneaky.
There were stories in the middle of those, but I just wanted to pick 2.
Yeah.
Like, these were horrific.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to spend a whole ton of time on going through everything he did. So he's the one, he confessed he did it on November 26, 1947. So this is like a month after he did it. He went to trial. The trial lasted 3 days.
Okay.
The jury deliberated for 35 minutes. And they found Jake Bird guilty of first-degree murder and recommended the death sentence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
And back in them days, you didn't have to wait 75 years.
It was a quickie.
Yeah, you get hung outside.
Yeah.
Well, in order to kind of buy himself some more time to live, he said, I want to talk to the authorities because I have some more murders to confess to. Prior to his execution, Bird implicated himself in at least 46 murders.
Holy fuck.
46. While he was in court and being sentenced and stuff, they allowed him to speak on his own. And this quote came.
Because he was fucked regardless of what he said.
I wouldn't have thought. Well, I wouldn't have thought back then that they would have even let the person speak on their behalf like they do now. They let the convict speak.
Yeah.
But they did, and this is what he said. I'm going to quote him.
Okay.
I'm putting the Jake Bird hex on all of you who had anything to do with my being punished. Mark my words, you will die before I do.
What the fuck?
The Jake Bird hex.
Ooh.
Here's what happened after that hex.
Oh, fuck.
6 people connected with the trial died.
What the hell?
Judge Hodge had a heart attack within a month of sentence. A police officer who took his first confession, had a heart attack. A police officer who took his second confession died. It didn't say how.
Okay.
But I read somewhere that one of these people died of pneumonia.
Okay.
The court's chief clerk and one of the prison guards died. The lawyer, J.W. Sheldon, that was Bird's lawyer, died
What the hell?
on the first anniversary of Bird's sentencing.
Holy shit.
So, he playing that Louisiana voodoo right now.
Yeah. That's exactly what that sounds like to me.
Because I'm like, oh yeah, I could stand up and be like, y'all are all going to die. Well, we're all going to fucking die at some point.
But y'all going to die before I die.
They did. Like,
holy shit.
It happened fast too. So he was hung on the morning of July 15th, 1945 at 12:20 a.m. in front of 125 witnesses. He was buried in an unmarked grave in the prison cemetery.
Good Lord.
Bad dude.
Do they still have prison cemeteries?
I feel like at Angola they do.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
But, if this person has been alienated.
Right. He has no body.
Well, and nobody will claim his body
right.
after he's executed. They have to put him somewhere. So I'm sure it's a marked grave now, but I'm pretty sure it's in a prison cemetery.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's take a breath. We're going to go back to Harold and Mary's murder, attempted murder.
Okay.
You remember them, the mom and the blah, blah. Okay.
The savage Mary. She is a savage.
She is.
She did it.
Yeah. She put him.
Yeah, she did it.
But he only served, out of 30 years, he only served 13.
I would have been scared that he was going to come back for me.
I'm going to get to that.
Oh.
Just hold on one second.
This is my problem. I'm sorry.
No, I do it too whenever somebody's talking to me.
Running
hosting.
a million miles.
So while he's in jail for that, he is placed in jail in Council Bluff, Iowa.
Okay.
The jail is called the Squirrel Cage Jail.
Oh, God.
And this is where he spent his 13 years for attempted murder of those.
The squirrel cage?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
It was built in the late 19th century. Here's how it looked. The cells were inside of a circular cage and it rotated. There was only one door. So I'm saying picture Lazy Susan. Picture Lazy Susan, okay? The thing in the middle of the table. So the way it worked was, let me go over here to the camera. There was a cylinder in the middle, which was a cage that had a door. Mm-hmm. The cells spun around that.
That's wild.
Okay? I think it's pretty genius because there's
then you can watch all of them.
But also there's one door.
Yeah.
So the cell has to be spun to that section where the door is, or the cylinder needs to be spun.
This is 1941?
I think so. Around that time. We'll just say that's the 40s.
Pretty cool.
Something. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. We get the picture of where he's placed.
Yes.
It was the I think there was 3 of these rotating in the country.
All in. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So you could say stick your arm through your cell bars and through the inner cage cell bar. And if it turned, it would cut your arm off.
Oh, God.
All right.
So ain't nobody doing shit.
No.
You just sit there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So one inmate used the spinning jail to commit suicide. Not Jake Bird.
Popped his head out.
He took a rope, tied it to his neck, tied the other end to the circular, his bars on, circular moving thing. And as it rotated, it choked him to death.
Oh, my God.
Kind of hung him.
Yeah.
So this is where I went down the rabbit hole.
That's wild.
Enter spooky time.
Okay.
Do y'all know who the ghost hunters are?
Yes.
The TV show.
Yes.
Zach. I can't remember his last name. Zach and the gang.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wrote with Zach and his band of spirit seekers. They wanted to go check out the Squirrel Cage Jail.
I would too.
Because they knew it was haunted by the spirit of Jake Bird. Remember, he didn't die there. He didn't die there. But they're convinced that his spirit went back to that jail. And that's where he's living.
That's interesting.
Of
I would
course.
want to go see it just to see it.
Well, I think you can.
That's pretty cool.
It gave me the vibe of being like either a museum or a tourist attraction today. There are volunteers that work there. It's still there.
That's wild.
Yeah. So there are the ghost hunters in front of the jail.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, a storm is rolling in.
Of course.
I'm setting the scene for you. Oh, they go in the front door with their ghostometer, because I don't know what it's called. They stop and they say, I feel the energy. So I'm like rolling my eyes. This is
like, here we go.
Yeah. So in the 1950s, they have a little apartment above the jail where the jailer and his family live.
What the fuck?
Right?
No, thank you.
Yes. So it's said that he would hear voices and footsteps when no one was in the apartment. His great niece, Julie, who is a volunteer at the jail now, she said he left because he was scared. Like he couldn't deal with it anymore. And Julie has had experiences while she's had, spent time there. She said mostly on the second floor where the noose is located.
Yeah.
What?
Where did we pop off with the damn noose?
Zach is about to piss himself.
Yeah.
Because he's so excited. There's an actual item that was used in these people dying.
A noose room.
Yeah. Well, here's the disappointing part. There was a big deal made about the noose, but they never addressed the noose in the show. So, I mean, they showed it on camera, but they never, they
may not have.
They didn't hold their little Ghostbusters things next to it, and it just went do. They didn't do any of that stuff. So, I was kind of disappointed in that part. But, like I said, his great niece, Julie, she's had some experience there. And so far, I'm thinking this doesn't sound spooky. This is just like whatever. While they're interviewing Julie, you can hear some kind of sound, but it didn't sound spooky.
Was it like, get out?
No, it didn't sound spooky, like a thud or something.
Oh.
I don't know. All right. Another guy, I guess he was just visiting the jail. I don't know. I don't think he worked there.
Okay.
He had a crazy experience in the jail. He was sitting in the jailer's apartment. He was talking to the ghosts. Why you want to fuck with the ghosts and shit?
That's the part that I'm baffled. Why would you want to run around and chase and look for all this crazy shit?
Well,
it
Byron was fucking around with the ghost, and all of a sudden a book flew off the shelf behind him.
It was you think it was tied by a string?
I mean, apparently nobody was there but him and his friend. So his friend was standing in front of him. He was sitting in the rocking chair. You feel what you feel about it, know.
Yeah.
But he said after the book flew off, he felt a presence in the room. And that freaked him out, and he immediately left.
I would have too.
And he said since then, he keeps having nightmares where the sound of the book hitting the floor wakes him up.
What the hell?
He said it was a life-changing event for him.
Yeah, because whenever it happens to you, you're like, okay, holy fuck.
Well, he also said before that he didn't believe in ghosts.
Right.
So I think that's what it's going to take for me to believe is something actually happened.
We'll have to go to a haunted house and you'll have to actually talk to them and pull somebody out.
I'm not trying to go fuck with some ghosts.
Get a book thrown at you or something.
I am not trying. Like I said, I make fun of it because I think it scares the shit out of me. Like, I don't mind seeing scary movies. I don't mind going to Halloween Horror Nights.
You want facts, though.
Well, my thing is, I know that's all fake that I'm going to. And something real, that just fucks with my head. Like, I don't think I can deal with it. So anyway, all right. Another guy, Greg, he was working in the jail installing, this is present day.
Yes.
He was installing, like, security cameras in the jail.
Okay. Why would they not have already had that?
I don't know. Well, I mean, and security cameras are different than what those ghost people use.
True.
They're just probably thinking somebody's going to come in here and steal the artifact noose, and we need them on camera.
I would have had it in there to see the haunted shit.
Oh, no. Your bling camera ain't picking that shit up. So anyway, he's installing these cameras, and he's going up the heavy steel stairs to where the apartment is, and he says the stairs move.
What?
I mean... Brah, like a gravel truck full of gravel could have driven by and shook the ground.
Yeah.
But he's just convinced these stairs would not normally move ever.
Like they wiggled?
Yeah.
That's weird.
But, I mean, if it's true, it sounds like Jake Bird's a prankster.
He's fucking with everybody.
He's fucking with everybody. Okay. The ghost hunters talked about Harold and Mary. And you asked, wouldn't they be afraid that Jake was going to come after them? Well... After a few years after they were attacked, remember they both lived, Harold shot Mary in the head. Then he shot himself. She survived. He did
Oh,
not.
you got me fucked up.
So the ghost hunters feel like this was one of Jake Bird's hexes.
You have me so fucked up. You're going to shoot me in the head and then I live. Fuck you.
This bitch has lived through two.
Two.
She is, I don't even know what to say.
Fuck that. I would, oh.
Yeah.
You're going to walk around all deformed.
But think about
The
it.
fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? It makes sense that he would hex them because they're the reason why he's in this
yeah.
jail.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm kind of like, okay, I feel what y'all are putting down here. I understand your thought process.
He could have.
So Scoob and the gang
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
decide to split up like they do on Scooby-Doo. That's why I
Right.
said it. Zach decides to go to look at the noose, and the rest of the people on the team go up to the spooky apartment.
So the jail's at the bottom.
Yep.
In the center, is that where the noose is? And then the apartment?
So the jail. So I think the jail is.
I'm just trying to envision
I
it.
think the jail is both, like the cells are actually both the first and second floor.
Okay.
Like the revolving thing goes all the way up.
Oh,
One revolving thing in
wow.
the middle. Yeah. Because I'm thinking like, when I first started looking at it, I was like, you can only hold 5 prisoners. Because like,
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but no, I think the first and second floor were jail cells. And then the third was the apartment that the jailer stayed in with his family, the third floor.
I wouldn't want to be staying in there with my family.
Girl.
There's no way.
I mean,
Hey, can I go to Johnny's house? Yeah, where's Johnny's house? Oh, they live at the top of the prison. Sure, sweetie. Be home by such a, like, there's no way.
make sure to put a lock on your bike. Those prisoners, you know how those prisoners
What
are.
the hell?
All right, so they split up. Zach goes to the noose.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see anything else about the noose. Team goes to spooky apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Someone, not the ghost hunters,
Not
but
the
someone,
spooksters.
not the spooksters, but someone before them had recently discovered a secret room in the jailer's apartment.
Oh, balls.
So there's a little hole in the wall where you can see into this room. They didn't knock the whole wall down. Just,
They wanted to keep it as
I mean, it could have been
cool as it was
structure
when you
bearing
found
or
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like me, I'd have been like, "We're gutting this.
hell yeah.
We're gonna
We
fucking
need to know what the fuck's back
we're
here.
gonna get some of that can of you know
Uh-huh.
spooky spray and
Yep.
sage and fucking do
Mhm.
all that shit." But it didn't really. They showed the best they could through that hole with a camera.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it just looked like some attic space that was at a kind of a weird shape. So
Mhm.
they just walled it off to make a
To
square
make it
room.
to where it looked like a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
That's
it
weird,
wasn't a
though.
secret room, like had a bed in it, some chest
Right.
of drawers.
Like people chained up in there.
That's like a secret room
Yeah.
to me. This just like attic space.
Yeah.
Again, I am ever the skeptic. Okay.
Right.
All right, let me see. Where am I at here? Spooky Joe. They pulled out their spirit box and proceeded to have a conversation with the spirit in that hole in that secret room.
The Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit. They turned on the ghostometer. The voice that they hear says, "Search the house."
What the fuck?
That's what I wrote. What the fuck?
fuck?
And they genuinely look surprised. I know that can be faked, but to me, they genuinely look surprised.
Sometimes some of that stuff is real deal for these shows.
Well,
because you're fucking with these spirits.
I heard it, and it wasn't a replay where they had to slow it down and put the words on the
Yeah,
screen.
those are the weird ones.
I just completely heard it when they were holding it up as they were hearing it, obviously. And I was just as surprised.
Were you?
I was. I was like, "Search the house. Peace out, bitches."
Hell yes, let's search this bitch.
I am running. Okay. The ghost hunters take the conversation from the ghost box. They start to analyze it. They ask the ghost if they knew where Jake Bird was hiding, and the spirit, if they knew where Jake Bird was, and the spirit said he is hiding.
Oh shit.
Then the ghost says, "Need weapons," without being prompted.
That's
That's a warning.
it's very weird.
That's a warning. Why are you still in the jail?
Because
The next thing that happens, another ghost in a different voice says, "Kill him with something."
what?
So Jake Bird must have been just as shitty in the afterlife as he was when he was alive. Okay. So by this time, it's nighttime.
That would have been my cue. I would have been done by nighttime.
Oh,
Fuck that.
no. They go in and get locked in.
See, nope.
I wrote, "Fuck that."
Mm-mm.
They literally get locked in.
Nope.
They bring a new piece of equipment out that they're just testing for the first time. The SP7 Spirit Box. You can get it on Amazon.com.
The way you say spirit box.
That's what it's called. When I say ghost-o-meter and shit like that, I'm making that up.
It's really called a spirit box?
It's called a spirit box. And this is the SP7 version of a spirit box. And they are using it for the first time. The man who created the spirit box now has created a new spirit box and wants the ghost hunters to test it out. So
the Elite Edition.
Yes. The upgraded, all the bells and whistles SP7 box, spirit box. And they go directly to Jake Bird's cell.
I bet.
With the spirit box. Okay. They start talking because you have to fuck with ghosts to get them to say anything or do anything.
Hi, we're here. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey.
Hey, friends.
They start talking and you can hear a loud knocking sound. I heard it and went, what the fuck was that? Before they even reacted. Yeah. And then they were like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? It sounded kind of like a boom, but echoey, like a knock kind of boom, boom, boom. So nothing happens. They say, well, okay, we're going to start talking to spirits again. They hear, where are you? In a softer female voice.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And they keep on trying to rile the ghost up. And then you hear a deep voice say, come attack me. So they're thinking it's Jake Bird at this point.
It just seems weird that he would be there to me.
I don't know.
If he didn't die there.
I agree. But I'm telling you what they experienced, what they thought.
Yeah.
So they tell the ghost, give me your first and last name. The spirit replies in that deep voice, you got it. Like you already know who I am. At this point,
my heart's about to beat out in my chest listening to this.
Scoob and the gang start getting some vibes. Yeah. Do you need some kind of special skill to feel this energy that people get when they go, you know how they say, ooh, it got cold, it got hot. I feel some vibes. Are you born with that? Do you learn it?
I think it all ties into you being open to that stuff.
Okay. Well, they get the vibes and they can't breathe.
Oh, Lord.
And they're right in Jake Bird's cell, and the energy causes them to leave the area because they can't breathe so much. And of course, they think that Jake Bird is somehow restricting their airflow.
Okay.
All right. Again, I don't know how to feel about this. I kind of feel like it's silly, but I don't know. What do you think so far?
I think that
it's real.
Yeah.
It may not be Jake Bird in your opinion.
In my opinion, it could be. I mean, I don't want to say that it's not, but it doesn't make sense for it to be him. It would make more sense for it to be the guy that killed himself.
He might not have done a whole bunch of bad things, though. You know what I mean?
But the traveling from spirit-wise, from where he died to where this...
Would that be hard? I don't know. Can't you just be like Star Trek your way over there?
Unless there's some sort of artifact.
That noose, but he wasn't hung by it.
That he was tied to. If he left some sort of...
underwear?
Heirloom or something.
Okay. Well, they go after they can't breathe and they catch their breath and get on oxygen masks or whatever. They go back to the jailer's apartment.
Oh, yeah. We just almost died, so let's just go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They feel some energy up there. Mm-hmm. And I wrote, I'm over it at this point. Zach tells the other guys to leave him and give him some time alone in the jailer's apartment. They do. They hesitantly do.
Yeah.
Zach is sitting in a rocking chair in the jailer's apartment all by himself. Zach says, will you talk to me? While he's in there, the other guy, there's cameras set up. The other guys are in command central watching Jake on all these different videos. And I guess he has an earpiece in.
Their eyes are probably massive.
And he goes, Zach, we see lights. We see lights. It kind of looks like a flashlight by Jake Bird's cell.
Oh, shit.
And there's the four guys are in the control room or however many. And then Zach is in the apartment. Nobody's by Jake Bird's cell. So they stop everything. They go to the cell. They bring a geophone. Geophone. That is the name of it, I think.
Geophone.
I'm not making this one up.
Okay.
I think it's a geophone. The geophone shows movement in the doorway of Jake Bird's cell, and then the geophone itself moves. Yes, like moves.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys are freaking out.
Yeah.
And they fixed the geophone back to where it was, where they had initially, and then it moved again. So y'all got this shit on a slope, and it's like, I mean, I don't know. So after it moves the second time, they're really freaking out, and they're like telling each other, "Are you moving that? Are you moving that?" And then they say, okay. Ask the spirit, "Are you moving our device?" And the spirit says, "Mostly." I don't know what that means.
Mostly.
Yeah. So I guess they get tired of that shit. And then Zach's back in the jailer's apartment by himself. He's using something called an ovulus.
For ovulating.
To talk to the spirits. How many devices do
a
you
lot, I would
fucking
imagine.
need? Okay, he's using something called an ovulus. All he gets from that are two names, Jackie and Faye.
Faye.
But nothing else really goes on while he's up there. And the ovulus is whatever words are said gets printed on the screen. So you could see Faye come up and you could see Jackie come up on the screen. But I'm still not. I'm like, somebody in the control room is probably typing that shit to come up on this thing.
It's possible.
Yeah. So they stop screwing around with the geophone and they go down to the basement.
Let me tell you this while I have it in my brain. I am not by any means watching stuff like this on TV and being like, that's real. But I do think that this type of stuff can happen. Most of the time on TV,
I feel like
a
tiny percentage of it they might really be experiencing.
Yes.
But I feel like the majority of it is scripted.
The TV stuff to me,
it's too fake.
But I know, like, I just wanted to, I don't want to sound like, oh yeah, I believe the TV, but like.
Well, I have this later on in my writing and I was like, if these pieces of equipment really, I mean, they do exist. You can go online and buy them. But if it worked and it really happened, why wouldn't more people be on the news or on TV?
Because nobody's trying to fuck with that shit.
No.
Crazy people fuck with that shit.
No. I mean, I just don't feel like, I don't feel like it's real because.
Like the equipment actually doing what they're saying it's doing.
Maybe some of that. Yeah. Just, I don't know, Hollywood shit.
And I agree with that.
You believe in ghosts, you believe in spirits.
But the TV shit,
kind of questionable.
It doesn't seem like it's a real thing on TV.
Yeah. So, like I said, they go down in the basement. I wrote, nothing good ever happens in the basement.
No.
Every scary movie, all the shit. Always happens. Yeah. Even some of the real stories we talked about on the pod. We don't have basements in Louisiana.
Don't fuck with the basement.
All right. So while they're down there, they hear some knocking sounds.
Okay.
Like whatever. They use another new device, which is an magnetic pod, which picks up spirit voices on 20 different frequencies faster than any other thing can pick them up.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, they ask a question and they're spinning this thing around and they ask if there's any of the bad guys are down in the basement, and a voice answers, "Not in here."
The fact that this is so like in full sentences is just very weird.
And they were saying that too.
It's weird.
They were like, these are
like actual answers.
These are like high level, well-educated
it's
spirits.
Weird. Like.
They said that too. Yeah. Because usually when you watch those shows, it's like one word, kill.
Yeah. Like this is
murder.
Yeah.
So they're saying not in here. Then another voice, and the voice that I heard sounded British to me.
What the fuck?
Says out the basement. Like out the basement. I can't do it.
Out the basement.
That's it. Out the basement. And to me, I would have already been gone, but if there were any question in my mind, I am running the fuck out of there.
Yes, sir, I'm out.
Yes. So, we talked about this, but I don't know how much of this, I don't know much about these devices, how they work, if it's real, if it's not.
The device thing's a little questionable.
Yeah. So, Zach is still in the apartment and he opens the door. Okay, listen.
He's just been up there the whole time.
This makes me not. I didn't want to live in the apartment before.
Right.
This makes me not.
But you're fully convinced you're never going to live in there.
There's no way. Because while he's in there, He opens a door in the apartment that it looks down on top of that rotating part. Like that rotating part went up all the way through the middle.
You can do a little peekaboo from the apartment.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Like, what if somehow one of them figured out how to get out and climb up that thing and come and kill you?
Or the kid's fucking around and falls down in there.
I mean,
that's weird.
So when Zach opens this door and he's using whatever meter he has at the moment, he records screams coming from that little, it's not even a room. It's literally a door that opens up to the top of the cage of the cylinder. Like there's nothing else. It's just a round little thing with a door.
Golly.
So he records the screams and he feels something and it causes him pain.
What?
Guess where it hurts?
Around his neck.
His testicles.
What?
His balls.
That shit grabbed me by my fucking balls.
Yeah, apparently the spirit's getting fresh with Zach.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay, the show's over, and by this time I'm just beat down, and I'm just like, I can't even. As they're leaving, Scoob and the gang wonder if Jake Bird put one of his famous hexes on them.
Oh, fuck.
And the show was over.
What the hell?
So, a little bit of spooky time there.
Yeah.
The reason why I went down the rabbit hole was because they really believed that all of this haunting was Jake Bird.
Yeah.
And then as they met the spirits throughout the time, they felt like it was either Jake himself or other people who sounded to me like were scared of Jake in the afterworld.
Okay.
So there you go.
Weird.
What do you think?
That's a weirdo.
Yes. Let me tell you all the sources I went to because there's a bunch. I watched this Ghost Adventures episode on Max.
Okay.
And they have a bunch of different shows. I thought it was just ghost hunters. I didn't think it was like ghost hunters go to Florida. They
did one where they were all locked in this building on like separate levels and they were locked in there for days. I'll have to find it.
Did they come out with anything juicy?
I don't remember. I watched it a long time ago.
Well, this particular series they did was called Serial Killer Spirits. They did 4 episodes. Okay. Ted Bundy was one of them.
Right.
H.H. Holmes was one of them. John Wayne Gacy was one of them. And Jake Bird.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay. I also went to findagrave.com, Wikipedia, North Omaha History.com, historylink.org, Douglas County History.org, and that's it.
Okay. What
do you think?
I'm intrigued. I'll definitely probably go watch the episode and dig.
I want to watch the other episodes. Ted Bundy.
Oh, well,
John Wayne Gacy.
That's a given.
H.H. Holmes. I want to watch
That's a given.
Yeah. Don't know.
It's a weird thing.
The spirit?
Just all of it.
Which part? You mean the ghost hunters part?
Well, the fact that they're searching for that shit is crazy to me to begin with, but I'm still just baffled by the whole they think that he's here when he didn't die here.
Yeah. Gotcha. So tell us what you think, y'all. Email us, please.
Yes.
I know more than 2 of you out there have had some kind of personal encounter.
Oh, I love when we do these.
That you have had spooky time stories. I want to hear them. Write to me. Go to the website, www.gritswithasideofmurder.com, and there's a contact on there. And you can contact me or email me there. Or you can email me at tammy@gritswithasideofmurder.com. All right, fun time.
Okay.
So you know how I did a bunch of crazy laws in different places. Some of these may sound like duplicates, but what I'm going to ask you are true or false. Are these laws?
I'm terrible at these.
Some, they're probably like either an urban myth or a real law, the ones I'm going to present to you.
Okay.
And then, like I said, a couple of these I saw already, so you may know the answers just from that.
Okay.
California. Ice cream may not be eaten while standing on the sidewalk. True or false?
False.
False.
All right.
Actually, this was a law in Carmel, California. It was repealed when Clint Eastwood became mayor in 1986. He's like,
this is fucking stupid.
Yes.
We're done with this stupid shit.
In France, it is illegal to name a pig Napoleon. True or false?
True.
False.
Okay.
This myth follows the French law, which states that it is illegal to disrespect the head of state. However, there are no specific provisions in the modern law which explicitly prohibits naming pigs. Napoleon. Italy. I've actually been to the place that
Really?
this law.
I didn't know you went to Italy.
Oh yeah, in Italy, it's illegal to feed the pigeons. There's not just one.
The old pigeons.
In St. Mark's Square in Venice. Now, I can tell you from personal experience, there are about 700 billion pigeons in this one little area.
I would say that it's illegal, and that's true that it is illegal.
It is true. But when I was there,
everybody was doing it.
Was back in the 80s. The thing to do was take a picture with all of the birds on you. Like you put a couple handfuls of feed and you just like literally, you can't see
Do you
yourself.
have a picture like that?
I don't know if I do. And I don't know where it would be if I do.
I would not do that.
Okay, so it is true. Since 2008, it has been illegal to feed the pigeons in St. Mark's Square. The reason is the damage the birds bring to the city's monuments amounts to 275 euros per taxpayer each year.
Good Lord.
Anyone breaking the ban can be fined between 50 and 700 euros. I think it should be at least 275 because that's what the taxpayers have to pay to keep all the monuments fixed up. Okay.
How much money is that actually?
I think euros are kind of close to dollars. But do you know, Chandler? No. Okay. In the USA, atheists are banned from holding public office. Atheists. Non-Christians. Don't believe.
That's false.
That's true.
Really?
This law exists in 6 states.
Probably all Southern, huh?
Arkansas, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. In the UK, it is illegal to operate a cow while intoxicated. Let's just question what operate. It is illegal to operate a cow, not on a cow. In other words, are you riding the cow?
Are you milking the cow?
Are you milking the cow? Are you herding a bunch of cow down the road? It is illegal to operate a cow while intoxicated.
That's false.
That is true.
I told you I'm terrible at these.
Section 12 of the Licensing Act of 1872.
Where is this? UK?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is still in effect. This law makes it an offense to be in charge of cattle while intoxicated.
So that's what the operating means.
I guess so.
Okay.
A couple more. In the UK, it's illegal to eat a mince pie on Christmas Day. True or false?
True.
False.
Damn it.
A classic myth, which originated from the report that festive celebrations, including mince pies and Christmas puddings, were banned in Oliver Cromwell's England as part of an effort to tackle gluttony. That was just a myth.
Not for all you fat motherfuckers.
Speaking of fat motherfuckers, here's the last one.
All right.
Japan.
Okay.
It is illegal to be clinically obese.
True.
True. You got one.
Go me.
In 2009, that's not that long ago, Japanese lawmakers set a maximum waistline of, I'm not going to give you in centimeters, I'm going to give you in inches, 33.5 inches for men and 35 inches for women.
They give them that little extra.
Well, they do birth the children. So I guess I'm going to go to Japan one day and
we can just be skinny.
I'll be the fatty McFat there. I will just be the fucking, like the fat lady at the fucking circus when they see me pointing at me while walking down the street.
Hey, they eat really well out there, though.
In Japan?
Yeah.
Harold's been to Japan.
Yeah.
Like, he can tell you all about it.
I feel like everybody in comparison to us eats way better.
When you say they eat well, you mean healthier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like not nearly as processed and yuck as it is here.
Yeah.
It's extremely processed.
Yeah,
here.
we're just
constant
fat Americans.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you're a fat American, I count
welcome to the club.
There's more of us than not fat Americans.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
Chandler, thank you for hanging in there and camera switching.
Appreciate you.
And we have had the air off because Beth told us we have a weird noise. And Beth, yes, you were right.
We've discovered the noise.
Yes, the air conditioner motor has to be replaced. So we've turned it off in August, in July, and we are sweating our balls off in here. All right. Go to a website we're up for an award, Women in Podcasting.
Mhm.
I will get y'all the website. And you can go vote. We are up for an award in the comedy category.
Yes.
Because we're so fucking funny.
We're so funny.
And we love y'all. Go help us out on Patreon, patreon.com/grits. We have some funny stuff on there, some extras. You can, I will send you some stickers in the mail.
Stickers.
Go to Facebook, go to TikTok, go to YouTube.
All the things.
We need you to subscribe on YouTube. We're getting there. We're in the 800s. Did I forget anything?
Mm-mm.
All
I
right.
think that's all. Of
Thanks again.
course.
We love y'all. We're going to let Zydeco Mike take us out.
Bye.